Hi up campers, how are you today? Tell you something, I am absolutely buzzing. So it's not been long since my last camp and my heart is thumping, but that's for a few reasons. Because I love this place, I've got this awesome view of the Great Ridge in the Peak District. I can't speak. I'm just at the foot of Kinder Scout and I've just started walking. I'm just going to rest you on there in a second. I've just started walking from Edale and I'm going up to Grinslow Knoll. It's a steep climb, especially when you've got probably about 12 kilos on your back. It might even be more. I said I'm going to take it steady, but even taking it steady with weight on your back, it can be quite tough. So I wanted to bring you along for the climb and just show you what it's like. I've got my walking poles, so bear with me. So, heart pumping, I'm excited. I'm going for a camp on my own up Kinder Scout. The weather is stunning. It's predicted to be clear all night and cold. Who knows what's going to happen on this one? What I'd love to see is no wind or minimal wind, a cloud inversion. Before that, a beautiful sunset and an amazing sunrise. It's not too much to ask, is it? Is it? So I would take you with me. I'll switch between sort of filming forwards and filming myself so you can see. But it's just a really beautiful climb on a day like this. So I'm climbing up the open moorland. I've just left the Pennine Way and yeah, I stopped there because I started to get out of breath. So what I'm going to do today is totally indulge myself in Kinder. I've got no rush. There's no rush to get there. I'm not against the sunset. It's just me and her, and the sleeping beauty that is the Great Ridge. I always think she looks like a voluptuous woman laid down, basking in the sun. Oh, so I'm going to take it all in, and you can come with me. Oh, so there's one thing that I can't do. There'll not be much talking as I'm going up. I'm going to keep chopping it out and bringing you back because the selfie stick's really heavy on my arm as well. And arms are really useful, especially for when I get up there. I need to put my tent up, so I'll bring you back in a little bit when I've got to my next little stage, my next goal of reaching the top. See you in a bit. Told you I'd bring you back. Terrain-wise, it's a beautiful dry path. I expected torrents of water from the snowmelt, but for those of you who seen pictures of the Peak District over the last week, look at it now, green and luscious. So yes, I'm carrying on. This path's always a little bit tricky, especially when you've got a big bag on your back. I know I keep saying that, but when I come up here and group hikes, it's an absolute pleasure. Don't get me wrong, I'm still knackered, but it's feels like flying up here compared to having a big pack weight. Heave, heave, ho. Heave, heave, ho. So one foot in front of the other is what my dad used to say to me when he took me out hiking as a youngster, and he really knew what he was talking about. Because mentally, when you're climbing hills, it's all about envisaging being at top, staying in a positive mindset. Don't let it overcome you. And I know I'm not climbing a big mountain, but she's my mountain, and she's higher than what my car were down at bottom. Oh, that view is one of my favourite views in the Peak District. It's why I do it. It's just out of this world. What are you doing today? It's Thursday. There's a few people about, but it's not snided like it usually is, which is one of the reasons why I picked today to camp. Not just because the sky is bluer than blue's ever been before, but it's Thursday and I'm on holiday from work. Right, I'll bring you back at my next checkpoint. I've got to my other checkpoint now. I found a little I found a bit of snow. It's yeah, a bit deep and melty. That is really deep, that snowdrift. Capture everything on camera, don't I? Oh, so yes, it started to level out a little bit now, this hill, but it's about to get steep again when I get over this side, because I've got to get up to the top of there. So yeah, I just saw the sun creep back round the corner and I've just walked from that direction. How beautiful is that? I don't know whether it's this new phone, but it picks out colours in absolute, reality. You usually take videos and then it never looks as good as it actually is, but this is. Look at that valley. So a few people are coming down from the hills now and I'm going up. I always like that. Always makes me feel like Queen of the Mountain. Like the one that dares to stay. So onwards and upwards, let's go. Just pick my walking poles up. Take your eyes out of that sun, although it's pretty striking when you catch a glimpse of it, isn't it? So I hope it's really nice where you are today, because I'm really taking this in. I just said to my friend Sarah down in Edale that today's mission is to just totally indulge myself in everything that I love about Kinder Scout. Even how the train's going along the bottom and it looks like a tiny miniature railway. It just makes you feel so good about what you've achieved. And I'm not even on Kinder Scout yet. I'm not even on the top. But we're almost there. And it feels like an achievement already. So next checkpoint, I'll bring you back at one of my favourite rocks. I've got to name it yet. I don't know what its name is, but I'm going to give it a name. So I got to the top of my summit and now I'm walking down the windy Brinslow Knoll over in that direction. And it's so beautiful because the snow's still there. Just going to get out of the wind and then I'll tell you about my journey to the top and how it made me feel, because it was quite something and just what I needed today. So as I was climbing, I don't know if it's just the release of endorphins and that feeling of accomplishment, but oh, I roared. Oh, how the tears flowed. The tears flowed freely, and it just felt quite poetic, you know. I always feel closer to the people that I love up here, the people that are no longer with me, and I just started to cry. And I thought, no, just let the feelings come. There's no shame. It makes you feel closer to them. You miss them. Grief never goes away. And I'm saying to myself, but Nanan, you used to hate it up here. You didn't like climbing up it. It was hard work. So why do I feel closer to you? Maybe because I'm closer to the sky. I'm closer to the sky, and that just makes me feel closer to heaven. Because I did feel a bit like they were the stairways to heaven, each way you come up here. Oh, I've just caught a glimpse of Pim Chair. So I feel refreshed after that little cry. Sometimes your body just needs to release that energy. Pim Chair's an amazing rock formation over there, and I just caught a glimpse of it. Not going to go over that far though. So the wind's coming over from the Woolpacks and over from Edale Rocks, Manchester way. See the plane in the sky? And yes, I am trying to remember my route to camp. I've swapped over my hands because that selfie stick's heavy with my new iPhone in it. Weighs a ton, that phone. Oh, so yeah, I feel great now. Feel pumped up and ready to find my campsite. I'll tell you something, I'm ready for a cup of tea as well. I'm a bit parched. I said that I'm going to take you to a favourite rock. That's my favourite rock there. And I said I'm going to call it something. Now I've got an elephant rock friend over there. This is going to be called Goose Rock. Don't ask, it's a long story, but I'm going to call it Goose Rock. And there it is. How stunning is this plateau on a day like this? There's mist all in the valley over in Manchester. So beautiful. So yeah, Goose Rock. Let's have a selfie. I filled some water from the stream. Shove it in there. Go on, you can do it. Positive self-talk all the time. To the secret camp spot. Look at that. Crowdon Clough. Right, onwards and upwards. We go. I've walked past this spot numerous times and always thought I'm going to wait for the perfect night to come and put my Soulo there. So I think what I'm going to do is set up my tent and then have a bite to eat because I'm starving. It's currently 2:30 and I have taken about 2 hours to get here because I've been filming and taking pictures and just taking it all in, and it's just been perfect. It really does not feel like January as well. It feels like March. It's going to be amazing tonight. Squished my sandwich. Squished it. Should we do a loadout? Do you want to see what I've got? Might as well. My food, which consists of loads of packets of coffee and chocolate, some nuts, chocolate Brazil nuts, porridge for the morning. I've gone lazy and gone for dried food. Toilet. Oh wow, look at that plane. Why do planes excite me? It's because it's shining in the sun. Spare clothing bag. Down trousers, down jacket. Come on, what is it? Speedster stove. Sleeping bag. Silk liner for sleeping bag. Bit of luxury tonight. Thanks, Dad. He bought me that for my birthday last year. Down booties. Peg bag. Hillary. Sleep pad. Big Agnes Rapide SL. And Trachology Aloft pillow. Water filter full of Kinder tea. Zip mat. Peg bag. Listen to that. There's nothing. Nothing. Wow. Can't get over it. It happened last camp, didn't it? My stomach's rumbling. Best get a shift on, then I can have my squashed sandwich. You see me? Can you see me? Now, some of you might wonder, why does she always show putting a tent up? Well, for me, it's about the rituals. It's about that recording of this is the excitement. This is the exciting time. Choosing the spot, choosing which angle I want to look at in the morning and at night. Putting her up. I really love putting tents up, so I record it for my own benefit to show myself back again. And I just think, yeah, when I was learning to camp or learning how to camp, I really loved watching people put tents up, so this is for you as well. My muffler, I found it. It's hiding under Hillary. You can hear me better now, can't you? It fell off my jacket, so let's start that again. Wow, I'm hungry. Hiking definitely works up an appetite, doesn't it? The edge path goes all the way around the Kinder Scout Plateau. If you want to see me do it, it's in that video called 18 miles she walked, I think I called it. 12 hours of walking on Kinder Scout. Absolute bliss. Started walking at about 6:30 in the morning, 7:30 in the morning. Stopped walking at about 6:30 at night. That was an epic adventure. I was slightly hypoglycemic and very tired. Absolutely shattered I was. So I put my 2 cross poles in and then I'm going to put this underneath. Keep the guy lines tied up together so they don't make a mess when I take the tent out to dry it. I actually put her up in my bedroom. She had a nice little rest on my king size. But this tent's heavy, which is why I like Diana, especially, I mean, I've just proved to myself I can walk up from the valley in a few hours, dawdling about, getting a proper stomp on, just get me really sweaty. And I didn't want that. I feel a little bit damp, but not sweaty. So I'm going to just clip her on because it's not windy. I think that's my final clip. Yeah, probably one of the flattest pictures I've ever found. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. So this is what I had in mind. Putting the tent up leisurely, not feeling like I have to rush for sunset. And it's lovely to be able to do this. Absolute luxury. without setting up too soon, because I'm not visible in this spot. It's a very well hidden place. I don't feel like I need to hide around as well, like for respect for other people as well, you know. Walkers are around. They don't want to see a camper setting up, do they? And some people might find that really interesting, but you get comments, and I don't want comments. Don't want anyone to know I'm here. Stealth-like makes me feel safe and comfortable as a lone female camper. That's important to me. But I think it's part of sort of the camping mantra, isn't it, to set up late, leave early, don't hang about, don't overstay your welcome, and make it look like you were never here at all. You know the score. She's ready for those 70-mile-an-hour winds that are going to come and get me at 4 o'clock in the morning. Even though it's not forecast, you know, press that down. Slow motion video is going to take me ages to edit this bugger. I feel so relaxed up here. It's absolutely magical. I say that on every video, that things are magic, because sometimes you can't explain in the real boring world how good it feels to have things just fall into place. So if you just say it's magic, then it all starts making sense, because we all like a bit of magic in our lives, don't we? I think she looks well there, in a natural habitat, just like a mother. I'm a mum now. There we go. That one just needs to be put in. Now I'm just going to take a step back and look at my tent. Look at this beauty in its natural surroundings. You look gorgeous. I think I could just do with making that guy line a bit tighter. Put that pole over that way. She has arrived. I'm just going to put my walking poles here. I don't need them. Cute. I'm finding a few little bits of things. That's a headband. I don't think it'll fit me, so I'm going to take them home with me. There's a few unsightly things under that rock over there. There's a sock, I think. I'm going to go and take that home with me. And there's some wood that looks charred. Someone's tried to have a fire up here. They soon realise it's not the place to have fires, especially with all this peat. Don't do it. It's not the place. Keep warm by eating food. I'll stuff that in my bag. So that's what I'm going to do now. Settle. I've got all my stuff close to me. I'm not leaving any rubbish anywhere. I sound like an ogre. We all want to appreciate this beautiful, clean landscape, don't we? Let's take a moment to myself. I want to know what these guys are called. Rock friends. Tweedledum and Tweedledee. That's it, that'll do. Right, I'm going to eat my sandwich because I'm starving. You know what you can always do? If you feel a bit scared about coming out for the first time, bring your dinner up with you. set your tent up, practice, get a feel for the place, cup of tea, contemplate, plan your route back, and then go. Never committed. Just go. It's no biggie. Gives me the same kind of... I haven't got my microphone on. Let's try again. Yeah, so I am all set up. My bed is lofting up. It's getting colder because the sun is low in the sky now. It's currently 15:52, about the same time that I got to last camp. So it's hat and down time. In more ways than one. Downtime. It's time to keep that warmth in on these winter camps. And I've just got this extra just to cover my legs up, so I can get my little speedster right there, get a nice drink on, and stay warm. I think you can see what I'm doing. I thought I'd show you setting up the speedster. I've really enjoyed reading all the comments on my other video. It's one of my favourite parts. When I press publish and I know that people are watching, it's one of my favourite parts. I love it. Thank you. I like replying to you all. The best friends that I'll never meet. It's always a real pleasure to do that. Some people are hiking and having a nice little sunset walk, which is really special. It's nice to see people really getting out and enjoying every last little bit of the day. I just think some people might have finished work and thought, you know what, let's go up Kinder Scout for a little look about. Fab. I think this spirit bin is actually full. I don't know whether it's because I spilt the milk. Don't cry over spilt milk. I put milk on it, didn't I? Boiled it over on my last camp, and I think some milk's gone in, so it needs to burn that off. So let's get that roaring. Straight away. Look at the clarity of that water. I can see it through the sun. I can see how clear that is. Full of germs. I filtered it through my Catadin filter. And I've got that. That's my Catadin. Squeeze it into that and keep that. Because I drank all my water when I got to the top of Grinslow Knoll. But I'll just go and get some more. And if I do run out, I can just nip down and get some more. Nature provides some beautiful gifts, doesn't she? Oh, I feel as relaxed as I did on my last camp, you know. I didn't think I would, because I've not camped on Kinder Scout for a long time. Lost my nerve a bit. I lost my nerve. The weather's been pants, so I've stayed closer to home. It does take a little bit more planning when you're coming further afield. And I've had my eye on the weather like a hawk. So I do take it into consideration. I don't just come out when it's crap. I think it's gloves time, you know. The little Dannies are getting cold. They're all pink, look. Pink hands. Just get me hat on nice and warm. And watch that sunset. I'll turn you around so you can watch it. Turn you around so you can watch it with me. Hey up. She takes it all in. I've longed for this. I've longed for this. I've longed for this, to be up here and watch these colours set over the landscape. It's not even about watching the actual sun dip down over the horizon. It's about watching the landscape change and seeing all of that variation in vegetation and all of the contours and the shadows, and how the sky is dark blue and goes down to a light blue and then an orange, and as far as the eye can see, the horizon, it's like watching the sea. It's like watching the horizon on the sea, but it's just mist and land as far as you can see. It's so beautiful. These are the moments that we cherish when we camp. I see some people stood on Grinslow Knoll now, enjoying their moment too. Everybody does it for a reason. I feel very honoured. Staying out all night. She's so quiet you don't think she's doing anything. Little speedster. Myself all covered up now. I've not taken my boots off yet. It's too soon. I will do it in a bit, but the gloves are going on. And I need to finish my smoked salmon and cream cheese sandwich, which was 10p. You can still be posh and have a 10-star view eating salmon sandwiches. What a snob. For my tea later, super noodle. And my decision is, do I have a mocha or do I have a latte? I think I'm going to have a latte, and then I've got some beautiful Brazil nuts, whitwiths. Then for the morning, oat burst. And then I've got some fruit and nut mix for snacks. Just trying to stay healthy, in the healthy theme. I can see a prey bird. You can't see that sun, can you? There you go. I spy. Let's get my head in my tent. What a beautiful little outlook for you to see. Oh, the glow is magnificent. What's even more beautiful is the glow of pink over there. I'll show you that in a bit. And the glow of the Hilleberg Soulo through my beautiful tent. It's all yellow. I've got a lot of static in there with all the feathers stuck to it. So let me just tell you. A little story about Kinder Scout. Kinder. What makes me wild about Kinder? Well, when I was little, it was a mystery. It was something that I looked at from far away. It was a big lump of land. Because what was over Kinder, I didn't know. I was fascinated about this lump of land, this darkness. It used to scare me a little bit. And it's not a place that I walked very often, but I was eager to come and find it. And quite recently, in the last few years, I've found Kinder and come up to see her myself, all for myself. And I'm fascinated by the place because of the varying landscape and how vast it looks. I'm also a little bit scared of her. She has to be respected. Kinder's got to be respected. The weather up here can be ferocious. It can change in the blink of an eye, and it can get really nasty. Hence the reason why we've got mountain rescue over here. There's Buxton, Edale, Glossop, I think. All the different mountain rescue teams come together and serve the people that get stranded or into difficulty up here. And it's not always people that are being irresponsible, or walkers well-equipped walkers can suddenly get into difficulty because this place has got its own climate. So as much as I love it, it scares me to death. So staying out here all night was a bit of a challenge when I first started to do it. But tonight I just feel so calm, welcome, respectful. I'm taking a few videos of me tramping through the different the footways. So you've got your snow at the moment, and then the moss, sphagnum moss, grass, peat, heather, mud, water, rivers, rocks, sand. It's got everything. It's got everything that I could ever want, and it's all within reach from home. So I love the bones off the place. I love the bones off being able to do this and stare over there into familiar territory and pick out all of the features that I know. And then it takes me right back to that moment as a child, being scared or being ambitious, thinking about the place and thinking I want to be there. And it takes me back, and I think there's something to be said about always going back. Some people like to just keep moving forward, but don't you think it's important to think about where we've come from, all our ancestry, and the stories that this place could tell? Wow. The sun's started to just really glow now. So for me, Kinder Scout runs really deep. It's a place that I feel so honoured to be on, in, around, up and down, and to be able to sleep out on Kinder Scout all night. It's just a little bit more than just camping. It's really special. I love how the heather dances in the sun. I love how my warm drink is kissing my face with its steam, and I love how I can see Mamtor in the back of it. It's not the front of it, not the famous part that everybody looks at. The back of it, and Rush Up Edge, and Lord's Seat. I love all the bits about places and things that people don't always notice. I love the smell of my kit as I've got it out, because it smells like camping and nature and moistness and grass. I even love the sound of the planes. I think it is milk that's in there. I love the sound of the planes going over from Manchester back to home, or coming away, taking people away. How they come over the top of the moor and just sort of caress it. And right now I'm looking at a boulder that's twinkling like it's got glitter all over it. I can see my reflection with my little bobble hat on and my selfie stick with my phone on it. And it's so dry. It's actually really dry. Like, the ground's wet, but it's not like a quagmire like I thought it'd be. Because the wonder about Kinder is it's like a big sponge. Okay, you get your surplus torrents going off it when we've had snow melt. That's happened already. But it's a big sponge. And it's really important for this area because the sponginess of it, it holds so much water. And it stops the big cities from flooding. So we've got her to thank. So here's a toast to Kinder. Thank you. Thanks for letting me stay the night. Thanks for looking after me. Thank you for keeping this free for me today, this spot. Thank you that I didn't hurt myself when I came up here, and that I found it relatively easy with my strong body, my strong heart. And thank you for just keeping me safe, and for a wonderful backyard. For when I open the curtains in the morning, who's going to know what's going to be out there for me to see? If it's clagged out, it's clagged out. I still got to enjoy this as she disappears over the hill. And you get to listen to me talking a load of rubbish again. It's 21 minutes long, this part of my video. That takes some editing, won't it? So, the in-between bits. are the best bits. I think that's one of my new sayings. Look at that sky. The in-between bits are the best bits. All the down gears on. Time to put a light on in the old tent for you to see her. There you go. You see her. So I just had a few hot drinks. And I'm watching the stars gradually come out with the glow just right behind me there. Just take it in for a minute. Take it in with me. I've got the wild moor over there, and then the wilder rocks over there. And where the sun's not been, it just gets more orange. There's a slight breeze, very gentle wind, exactly how the forecast had said. And when you're in the tent, you don't hear anything. You've got such nice shelter. So I think what I can see, they're not stars, they're probably planets, because there's a really bright one just above my tent. How cute does she look? Have a look, see if you can see the stars. There you go. You see that star up there? And then there's a few behind me. You can see the shadow of my bag that I wedge in the tiny little vestibule. I love this time of day so much. I love it. And there's nobody here. I can't see any other lights on. No hikers, no bikers. Just me, all alone. And the grass. But just the unevenness of the rocks on Woolpacks and Pim Chair just sticking out like wings, like angel wings, like that. I don't know if you can see me anyway. I've wandered off into the darkness. My tent light's just throwing a glow out now. Yeah, Pim Chair is like a set of wings, just like this. Oh, but the breeze that's coming over is cold. So I wonder if we will get a frost in the morning. You see the plane going across the sky. I wonder if we will. It's part of the wonder, part of the excitement is just wondering what it's going to look like in the morning. Like a totally different place, no doubt. Can I see some torches on Grinslow Knoll? Or is it like ahead, like into the distance? I don't know. Oh, it's beautiful. I've got my hands in my pockets because I've not put my gloves on. God, I so needed this. Absolutely beautiful. And the wind just drops. And then it's just deathly silent. I feel quite jealous of these boulders. These get to do this every night. Every night you're just sat there chilling. How many thousands of years have you done that for? And I'm going to be on this earth for a fraction of the time that you are. So, a bit of a strange one this, but I wanted to show you outside the tent door. Look at that. So the moonlight is shining on the top of the clouds. The wind died down to nothing, but it's just coming back, and I can see across to Mantor it's getting engulfed in cloud. That cloud's coming to get me as well. It just looks fascinating with the moonlight. So we've got an inversion there already, but I think it's coming for me, so we're probably going to be clagged out in the morning, but who knows what could happen. Let's send you outside a little bit. It's over towards the wool packs over there, and then now the cloud is filling the valley. It's coming down, can you see? Amazing. Not many people show you that on a video, do they? But yeah, two things could happen in the morning. That cloud goes low into the valley, or it comes all the way over me and I can't see a thing. The moonlight's shining my face up. So I'm gonna get back in my sleeping bag, get my fire going inside, warm it up a little bit, and yeah, I'll have a little chat with you before I go to sleep, because I start to feel quite tired now. Amazing. So about an hour ago, I looked outside the tent, just like I always do, for a little gander. And, I said I wanted a cloud inversion. Well, it's here already. I can see the moonlight has cast an amazing glow over a cloud inversion that is, it's engulfed the Great Ridge. And I thought it felt like it were coming towards me, but all of a sudden the wind's just dropped. Everything's just dropped. Slight breeze. Sounds like a helicopter. It doesn't sound like a aeroplane, usual one. So I'm sat here looking outside the tent, and I can see a cloud inversion lit up by the moon. Now, people call them temperature inversions, cloud inversions, but to me, when the cloud is on the floor, that means that it's an inversion. Because the cloud should be up in the sky. But there's absolutely nothing in the sky apart from the moon. I've also just been jumping around the tent as I usually do, and what's really made my day is capturing a shooting star on my phone with the tent lit up and the cloud inversion in the background with the moon over to one side. Wow. It's just phenomenal when things happen like this. I feel like I'm the only person up on Kinder Scout. I can see all this. Most people wait for this kind of thing to happen in the morning. And I always knew that it happened well before. But obviously, you're not hanging about on the top of a hill or a mountain waiting for it to happen unless you're camping and you can see everything. So it looks like the inversion's just stayed still. It's sort of, if I was to take a time lapse of it, it'd look like the sea coming back and forth. But it's just stopped. Without the light pollution from the city, It's usually just pitch black, but I've got the outline of those boulders outside with the stars and the moon. There's a halo around the moon, and then there's that cloud. It's like the Great Ridge has just got cotton wool over the top of it. It's stunning. So I am pretty tired from the hike up and setting up the tent, setting up all the stuff, jumping about, taking loads of pictures. My emotions, I get really tired after expending so much emotional energy. Don't forget I had a good cry as I was walking up. I was just laid in my sleeping bag earlier, inside my liner as well. This is my silk liner, and it really does make a difference in terms of warmth. It's so thin. I mean, that looks like a party frock, doesn't it? How can that keep you warm? I think it's more to do with the cleanliness of your sleeping bag, isn't it? But yeah, they're quite expensive silk ones. There's another. I always smell stuff. It was another birthday present last year, and I've not used it much. But I thought instead of bringing my big bivvy bag in case it was really cold, I'll just bring that. Now my sleeping bag's all lofted up nice and cosy and warm. I'm not going to have anything else to drink. I think I'll just have a few snack nuts. I'm just going to watch that inversion out of the tent door. I feel like I'm just sat at home in front of the fire. Should have brought some marshmallows with me and some sticks. Awesome. Good morning, me old campers. Oh, just brought you back. It's currently 7:30. Kettle's on the boil. Ready for some oat burst. I am ready for that as well. I am absolutely starving this morning. Not enough calories for tea. No mind. All in the interest of weight loss. In the morning, I'm straight to that kettle when I'm at home. The steam and the smell of it going on to porridge. Using the leftover water to make a hot drink. Good morning, Mr. Grouse. They're like robins. They follow me about. Or is it just because I'm in a place where there's lots of grouse? Or sometimes when I'm on a walk, it's just because there's lots of robins. It's what you believe in. Oh, lovely. I picked up a mocha. Perfect. I like surprise drinks. Yeah, absolutely nothing to see out there. Clag, as far as the eye can see. It's windy, if you've not guessed already. But we'll just see what happens, won't we? You know that I can part clouds like Moses parted the sea, right? So might as well stay in high spirits. But you know, you can't have everything. Daredevil sat on me mat. Just being outside, it's atrocious. I don't really ask anybody. Morning. I don't really ask anybody where I should camp because it's boring otherwise. I mean, this campsite, I've had my eye on this for ages. I've walked past it 3 times and never come. But such as the Fairbrook Naze campsite, I'd seen it in loads of videos and thought, I need a bit of that because I want that view. Can hear people on wool packs. They must have stayed out. I bet they're getting lost in there. It's like the maze. It's like the chuffing maze in Labyrinth. When she's walking down all those that walled maze and all those little animals are jumping out. That little that little slug or snail pops out and says, "Hello." Right, I think it's time to pack up. It's time to pack up and get off because I've done my morning routine and now I need to get back to the car safely. Oh, there's nothing like a winter pack away to warm you up. And I get to this point and think, I don't want to. I just want to lay back down again. It's really cold. Really cold. You can tell how cold it is in this little bit because there's a little path of snow that leads me in the right direction. I'm going to put my selfie stick away for a bit to let my hand warm up because my right hand's pretty cold from having my glove off. So got the little rock friends in the background. Oh, I'm always so sad to leave him. So, no 2 days on Kinder Scout are the same, as you can see from the weather today. Just got under the cloud base, ringing Rogers in the background, and you can see right up to Grinsbrook there. So when you think you can't see anything at the top, you just have to remember how high up you're walking and how amazing it is to be able to see again. But still, it's a different kind of sensory experience, isn't it, when you're walking in fog like that. So it's time to bring my video to a close. I hope you've enjoyed some snippets of my first solo adventure on Kinder Scout in a while. I feel really accomplished to have been able to do that, and it's just made my day. Sometimes you just have to break the ice, get in there and do it. Overcome your fears because it's worth it in the end. And I saw some amazing things last night, even if the weather's been rubbish today. So I hope you have some safe adventures ahead of you. I'll be out again soon. I'm not sure when that'll be, but I'm always prepping for my next one and my next window of opportunity from the busy flows of life. So take care out there, and I will see you on the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye.